No music on the Yeah, this ain't just a verse. It's a warning. One traveling on the streets to the southern broken house. Leave the body. Pain, lost the blood. Yeah, there is foul spare. Truth in the shame that lies in the air. This ain't Macbeth, this night you're paying with justice for soul, political game. Never seen a shit with no compass. That's LP lost in the jungle of the weapons. To be strong, to stand tall, to be terrified while you watch them fall. His face in the council, going to fall. Chill with venom, got signature soul. King with Sean, eagle in the sky, split the party up, bend the lies. Second one is like fucking songs. If you better still stay in me, then brother, you walk on the side. Snitching down, man, it's not enough. You better leave that house for it. You fuck, leave the impression is lock every door. Joe. Still believe on the lake and all space and time. For the success on his own. But the fucking house can't stay. Wake up, sir. Before fire becomes your legacy. LP, rest in pieces. If you want to go down history as a down, ignore this, or they started the have you seen the story before? Same puppeteers, same title, a tax of deception on Africa's book. Days ago, news broke like thunder. Peanut that's a little education from their gold. Stand gold. It's the prophet to guard their peace. So, I believe for good. No begging, no shaking, just true. We've seen it before. Like hey, that's when you close their doors. We've seen it signs before. Guys, they say it's good, but you no more. No. Now the Western media twists their tongue, spinning fear with every breath. Captain Ibrahim Traore, now branded a threat. Who can tell Michael Day just the US Africa command? Today, but dangerous to plan. Is it dangerous to be alive? Dangerous to change. Small. It dreamed of unity, so it took off here. Each down the line, they called it tyranny. See, Africa's waking free. If you want to go down history as a fool African, ignore this. But if not, then rise and remember. Yes. Silence or not stop so that sure. Sorry, don't forget. Yeah, this one. Sure. On and on. Are you sure? Okay, with a phone, right? Okay. Oh, I think yes. It's in Germany.
Okay. I guess so. We'll soon get there. Something. Check. First time. No. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You said? Okay. No. This is an insert. The last point the chairman made before we end. Just to insert it here. Yes. The national chairman is the and so the board of trustees of COPDEM here present this have William C. He is a member of the directorate of the organization of ABC, the state chairperson of COPDEM. You are welcome. So we have here present student member of the organization of Kwara State. You are welcome. All right, on this note, okay, so, gentlemen of the press, let's go straight to business. I'll be handing over the mic to the national the coalition for the protection of the workers. So, thank you. Thank you. Okay, on your advice, good afternoon, members of the press. It's nice to be with you here today. Yes, how is the sound? Would you prefer me to use this or to just drop it according to your professional? Yeah. Normal voice is better, right? Okay, great. Thank you. Aha, thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you. You're good. Okay. That's great. So let's go. World Press Conference statement dated today, the 5th of May, 2025. Venue ABC Global Headquarters in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Gentlemen of the press, welcome and thank you for honoring our invitation. My name is Rang Palm Jr., Prince Rang Palm Jr., and I address you today in my dual capacity as the national chairman of the Coalition for the Protection of Democracy, COPDEM, as well as the Director General, Directorate for Mobilization, Civil Societies, and Progressive Engagements of the African Democratic Congress, ADC. We have summoned this World Press Conference at a time of great national urgency. The soul of Nigeria's democracy is under siege. And unless we rise, unite, and resolute to reclaim it, we may soon find ourselves in an irreversible state of tyranny. The situation in Nigeria today is nothing short of alarming. Mass defections to the ruling party, the All Progressive Alliance, have weakened our multi-party democracy beyond recognition. Electoral outcomes are increasingly determined by coercion and judicial compromise, while insecurity continues to ravage communities with little or no consequences for those in power whatsoever. Neither is there any consequence for the perpetrators of these heinous acts of terrorism across the country. What we are witnessing is not politics as usual. This is the slow, systemic destruction of the pillars of democratic governance. The ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, is turning Nigeria into a one-party state. A fate that history warns us always ends in disaster. History has continuously warned us that a one-party state will always end in disaster. Opposition voices are being absorbed or silenced, beg your pardon. Institutions of accountability are neutralized. Public disillusionment is at an all-time high. It is with great urgent. Where are the voices of dissent? Where are the credible alternatives in Nigeria today? It is with regret that we acknowledge that both the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, and the Labour Party, LP, have failed to provide the needed credible opposition. Instead of serving as checks and balances, they have become shadows of themselves, fragmented, distracted, and just reactive. Nowhere is this democratic collapse more visible than in the case of Rivers State, where constitutional order has been thrown into the dustbin. A silent House of Assembly, a crippled local government system, and militarized approach to governance now define what used to be one of Nigeria's most politically active states. The situation in Rivers is a prototype of martial law disguised as civilian administration. Left unchallenged, it will become the new normal across Nigeria. The people must learn and arise. In 2023, the 2023 general elections, over 70 million registered voters stayed away from the polls. This wasn't apathy, in a sense. It was a total rejection of the corrupt system and lack of trust for the process the elections will be carried out. But silence is not a strategy as we move into 2027. Disengagement is not resistance. If the people do not participate, the oppressor wins by default. That is why we are here. It is time for Nigerians, from the market woman in Zamfara to the student in Calabar, the professional in Lagos, the professional in Lagos to the farmer in Benue, to rise and reclaim our country. We must forge a coalition of patriotic Nigerians who will not sit back and watch our country's democracy crumble. The Nigerian constitution is clear. Only political parties can sponsor candidates for political office. That is why this people's movement must have a political vehicle, a true party, open, inclusive, and just. That platform must, one, be open to all Nigerians regardless of tribe, religion, and status. Two, be committed to equal opportunities for all members, new or old, to contest in any position. Three, be led by a national structure that reflects unity, transparency, and merit. That platform, ladies and gentlemen, is the African Democratic Congress, ADC. At its most recent National Executive Committee meeting held on the 27th of March 2025 in Abuja, with INEC officials present, the ADC made a historic move. It amended its Article 9. It amended Article 9 of its constitution to allow any Nigerian who joins the party today to become immediately eligible to vote, hold party office, and contest for any elective position in Nigeria, including the position of the presidency. This is a seismic shift in Nigeria's politics. It means the power has truly returned to the people. So we say, as a Directorate of Mobilization, Civil Societies, and Progressive Engagements, to all Nigerians, come, come, and come. Are you above 18? Are you 18 years or above? Come and join the coalition of patriotic Nigerians. Have you lost hope? We are here to rekindle it. Us now, they will join us later. Stop complaining, start building. Join the Solution Party, ADC. Registration is free and could only take just about 2 minutes. Now, what are the dangers of a dictatorship that we find ourselves? What is the repercussion of not heeding to this simple call that resonates within the minds of millions of Nigerians? If we fail to act now, the 2027 general elections will be just a coronation and not a competition. We will have lost the last vestiges of democracy. Every dictator in history was enabled by the silence of good people. We must not let that be our story today. Nigeria is still worth fighting for. Let it be clear that this is not about personalities, it is about purpose. A citizen-powered opposition coalition offers strengthening checks and balances, keeping those in power accountable. Strengthening checks and balances and keeping those in power accountable. Encouraging real competition and practical solutions to national problems. Restoring investor confidence and supporting local enterprise. Healing our nation through transparency, inclusion, and shared ownership of the national project. There is good news within this coalition so far. Within the short span of the existence of the Directorate for Mobilization, Civil Societies, and Progressive Engagements, that is from the 31st of January 2025, the mobilization team has that is a site of to get registered online. Those numbers are coming in the next coming day. We also have a school of aspirants for House of Representatives office from different parts of the country. Already we have 84 of them registered. Each of those aspiring members have their own mini campaign coordination team, not less than 10 in each ward. They wanted to have more. We said 10 is enough. So 10 for all the local governments in Nigeria. You do the math. There is room for more people to come and join this coalition. The directorate is open to receive you. Just go to the ADC website or get in touch with the directorate closest to you. The next election will not just be about 20 million people voting. INEC has made it clear that as of 2023, there are over 90 million people who have registered to be voters across the country. But from the elections of APC, PDP, and the Labour Party in 2023, we have for the presidential level just about 21 million people who came out to vote. And this directorate will do all in its power to ensure that we hit our target of about 53 million voters coming out in 2022. Now it's time to act. Let the 2027 general election not just be another episode of a rigged game. Let it be a rebirth. The moment Nigerians stood together to dismantle tyranny, restore public trust. Let us show the world that Nigeria is not for sale, that our democracy will not be traded for contracts, court judgments, or cowardice. We call on all Nigerians, students, professionals, artisans, retirees, market women, religious leaders, and those in the diaspora to come home to your power. Join the movement. 6 support groups. And when we say support groups in Nigeria, of course, we know we have the Kwankwasiyas, we have the articulated, we have the obedient, and so on. Most of COPDEM members were from the obedient extraction. And so we were very close, some of us members of the Labour Party, even to state level. But we have to call a spade a spade. Labour Party has not really demonstrated the capacity to handle the near victory it got. And from all indications, it would have not been prepared to even manage the victory if it had. From what we are seeing in Labour Party, one will be tempted to believe the assertions of some quarters of the public that there are external forces within Labour Party that have ingrained themselves as parasitic political parasites aimed at distorting the party. And we have to give kudos to those gallant members of the obedient team who have remained within the Labour Party and tried to bring some kind of understanding in a way that in civil crimes it is obtainable, but in court, out of court, and this convention here, that convention there, so there is too much distortion. We don't see Labour Party having any intention to host the obedience in any way from their body language. And that is why we decide to look elsewhere and create a home for the obedient family in the appropriate time for good governance. We know that this step we are taking would be justified. The wisdom in standing with the African Democratic Congress will be justified. Remember, COPDEM has not been cancelled. It is a mission. It's only the national political structure of COPDEM that has been subsumed in totality into the ADC. But the function and duty of standing for good governance and holding governance accountable, holding governance and calling for electoral reforms, checking governance at state and national level, and paying a close eye on the judiciary and antecedents of the local government still remains core functions of COPDEM. To defend democracy, that is a duty that is that we'll keep on maintaining in every government.
Yeah. This is the president.
Yeah.
One of the best about the president.
Yeah.
So that this is why the focus. This special one part operation. What was the
Well, while I leave the legal people to talk about it, but let me just give you my own thoughts about the section. Constitutionally, it is not, it is illegal if you defect, but I think there's a clause that says if your party's conflict has a tendency of affecting your political career, then you have a window or some kind of justification to defect. However, the state of defection we find nowadays is despicable. It is more of yielding to the prayer made by Adams or Shomale, whom I respect very dearly, that whenever if you go into the APC, all your sins are forgiven. And it is very, very not surprising that most of the people we see defecting have records of sins with the EFCC. So it is despicable. Sorry. Madam. Yeah. Okay.
I think Anna was asking this question for his program because the statement is like we are people against, and we find that the people parties that not be up to class for the so that we are trying for the punch.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for providing that perspective.
Yeah.
I'm going to refer to it because we asked after listening to the news and you asked, I felt like there was some hands of mischief in there. But just for the benefit of in addition to what my brother just said, defection itself is not a bad thing. It would be, why are you defecting? I mean, you wouldn't expect someone who has a desire, for example, to actually, for example, this Labour Party. So actually, if your intention is to provide agile and virile opposition, you cannot buy right now. We know that with all sense of authority that you cannot remain in the Labour Party and provide that opposition. So in that case, if someone defects, and I'm using myself as a difficult example here, because we did that quite early today. When we saw the hand that looked, we didn't know whether it was a monkey's hand or a human hand. We cried out. And so that was what necessitated, because I can't answer without referring to myself. I left the Labour Party, and that's exactly why I'm here. Because I stand for democracy, to protect democracy, and that's not what the Labour Party stands for. So that adds credit.
In case, just a mere addition to what you have, if you have what it takes, you know that the people are behind you. From our perspective, it is also a blatant betrayal of the trust and the mandate of the people. They were voted there by the people, and they should also be accountable. If you have something to offer, you will not run to a sanctuary that will purchase for you your election. It's because you have nothing to offer. You don't trust the people because you don't trust yourself because you have not performed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want to take it?
I don't know if I sense if we are in a position to give that information. Of course, we understand that there's an NWC for the ABC, and we're not the spokespersons for the ABC right now. So I would rather avoid that answer, because one way or the other, I might talk myself into trouble. So, you are right in the right place to ask the question, so it does not ask me back.
Yeah. Okay.
We know.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Yes. Fidel. Thank you, man. Thanks for exposing him. Yes, sir. That should be. Thank you. Okay. So, please, okay. Gentlemen, sorry, we have a hit since yesterday with our Asusu. So we would have just done it now, but we will follow up. Yeah.